This is our group presentation via PowerPoint and YouTube for Eastern Oregon University, our class, Digital Marketing Social Media. Our client is Dale McGuire, who is a newer author and owner of Witchwix. He is publishing for the first time, using his book, The Pale Elf, as his first published novel. Just to give you a brief overview, Dale McGuire is a fantasy indie author and owner of Witchwix. He's a newer one and just recently started publishing. He does his Pale Elf novel as well as some short stories. He offers subscription-based uh, he offers a subscription-based chaptered novel, and it's released weekly through the platform Substack, which is what he's currently using. He also uses Royal Roads as a platform to publish online. It's a freer version, but the chapters come out 4 weeks later. And so it's the new content isn't released to Royal Road until later. There is no use of AI, which is a competitive advantage for Dale McGuire. It makes his work very original, including the illustrations. He is very interested in using online publications and potentially physical publications in the future as a stream of income. We did do a basic SWOT analysis on Dale McGuire and Witchwix. Some strengths that he has is that his content is AI free, which gives his readers a very authentic look into how this author writes and creates stories. The story itself, The Pale Elf, is a relatable slice of life story. So it's fun and realistic to what we see in everyday life, but in a fantasy fiction way. Some weaknesses is there's not much content to share because content is only shared every so often on Substack. There isn't much to be shared on other social media platforms as well. The book itself is also a slower read. So with the slice of life genre that it is, the timeline is within of the overall book takes place within about a week to 2 weeks, whereas most stories are over a much more longer timeline of like a year or so. Some opportunities for Dale McGuire is to create more content so that there's more to see from the audience and readers, and to lead with anticipation in that content to get readers engaged and excited about what's coming next. Some threats of this is there's some uncertainty of what exactly is being offered with the novel itself. There's a free prologue, but then I'm not sure that it's quite enticing enough to keep people to want to subscribe and continue going. And so that is definitely a threat. And because of this, it also creates the threat of loss of engagement from audience members, not only on Substack, but on the other platforms he uses as well. So currently, his social media presence includes the following. So he uses Substack, which is the publication platform. That's where all of his current publications are available for audiences to read. This platform is great for newer authors and creators and can be used to create community and connections, not only with other authors, but with the readers themselves. He uses Instagram to do storytelling. He posts usually images about characters in the books, as well as announcements for upcoming content that he's going to publish on Substack. It's a great way to provide nice visuals on what can be expected, and it also gives a visual opportunity for the users on Instagram to use their imaginations and to generate what they could expect out of the book. He's also currently active on Twitter, or pardon me, currently X, previously Twitter, to do collaboration and connection. This is where he's most active and has the most amount of followers, and he uses it to connect with other users of similar interests, specifically ones that are fantasy fiction fans or sword and sorcery. The SMART goal we have, we just created one general one as a starter, build an audience on Substack, we would measure it by boosting the website views by 20% and growing the subscriber count on Substack. Um, at this point, there isn't a number on like our goal for subscriber count. We just want to build it, but we can view all of those metrics on Substack in their background dashboard. To do this, we're going to encourage posting notes more frequently on Substack. There's two different types of content you can do. Uh, Posts are your chapter publications, and then notes is more of like giving the readers the ability to come into discussions and things like that. According to Substack's knowledge base, posting notes gets more eyes visually through the platform, and so that's where I would start. This will create a desire for the audience to want to read the publication and potential target audience members to read it. I think this can be started and achieved within 8 weeks. So to use the social media he currently has, some tactics, again, post notes more frequently, also create free content versus paid subscription content to entice readers to check out the Witch Wix page, and then to restack and engage with other readers on Substacks as well as authors. On Instagram, I would create content using Reels and those short video because they're just more likely to be seen, especially using audio, and to tell a story to the followers to let them know like what being an author is like or what his writing style is. And then on X, I would recommend just actively keeping the users engaged and with especially those that would be in his target audience, and then ask questions about what they're interested these days relating to fantasy fiction.
And understanding the market. So my name is Garrett Moyes. I will be presenting this portion of the presentation. So the goal is to target young adults, 18 to 16 to 20 or 18 to 65, who love fantasy novels. You think of Game of Thrones, Court of Thrones, all those things related. 18 to 65 is a huge age gap, but you think about all the media that's come out within that time. Of course, Lord of the Rings, Narnia, those are all pretty old classics. But you get into the early 80s, mid 90s, you get D&D, Game of Thrones, and to the 2000s to modern day, you have film and TV show adaptations of those stories. The competition currently is all fantasy fiction authors. It is a high demand. Other authors like lit RPG and dark fantasy. When I searched dark fantasy, one of the first ones that came up was The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. So market trends to social media. So that would be utilizing short video platforms like TikTok. We mentioned Instagram and Instagram Reels, and then YouTube Shorts is another one. TikTok also has a sub community called Book Talk where authors and book enthusiasts will talk about books, essentially. Scene story focused content as well is another great way for books to get noticed. So the author could be posting facts about it, behind the scenes creation, so that if that it could involve like a time lapse of illustrating a character, whatever that may entail. And then live action reenactments is something that is pretty popular. People will do essentially cosplay in a reenactment of a scene from a movie, TV show, or even a book if they want to bring it to life. Boosting posts, and then if let's say some people were to create a video using hashtags related to the story, will also help get notoriety. Sub-pub publishers are also growing steadily. I do have a source there posted, but essentially it has been on the rise since 2022. I've seen a lot of storytellers use platforms like Patreon. That's another good website similar to Substack that they can go on to talk about what they're publishing. Recurring updates and subscriptions to model to give author more control, something similar to what we're doing already. And then community-driven marketing could also do well. And that's really just anything like Reddit, Discord pages where people are essentially just talking about the story, keep the story alive. People do it all the time with Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, those kinds of things. Fan themes are another good one too that fans will just recreate to help the story stay relevant. And then trend analysis, the most effective way to advertise the books. So our findings, building a brand, author bio, links to websites like LinkedIn, and having maybe a website for central hubs for all those things. I'm collaborating with other book influencers. So I mentioned Book Talk. These are people who have already have a following and can just talk about the book for us. Getting on podcasts or setting one up. So what this can entail is just talking about the book or the lore with like-minded fans, doing voiced over readings, kind of like an audiobook style, or even just doing a radio show style with like music, actors, sound effects, the whole 9 yards. And so this calendar, basic summary of what Dale McGuire's publishings have done. So posts a new chapter of his book, Pale Elf, every week on Tuesdays. Every other week, he posts a short story. Content is published on Substack for his paid subscribers, and is not the only channel he can use um, to do all this.
I'm Lily Robbins. For the social media calendar, by using the 3 primary platforms Dale McGuire uses, we can increase the amount and type of content being published to get more eyes on his profile and website. This will create attention as long as the content posted is engaging and creates the audience interested. Content can be created in batches and then scheduled to advance if the platform allows. How often should we post on social media? For Facebook, 1 to 2 times a day. Instagram, 1 to 2 times. TikTok, 1 to 4 times. X, 3 to 4 posts a day. LinkedIn, 1 post. Pinterest, 15 to 25 pins per day. And YouTube, 1 video per week. And then shorts, 1 to 3 shorts per week. And you should start with consistency. Begin with a stable schedule, such as 3 to 5 posts per week, and stick with it. And then also engage with your audience. Don't just post, respond to your comments, and engage with other people to build a community. And then here is a timeline of how often you should post on social media. And then here are some strategies for posting on social media. Be authentic and personal. Post high quality content, be consistent, and engage with your audience. To create a successful social media strategy, authors should engage authentically by sharing behind the scenes content and personal anecdotes. Post consistently on platforms where the audience is live and interact with followers. Key strategies include leveraging different content formats like videos and stories, use relevant hashtags to increase discoverability, collaborating with other authors, influencers. And here is a timeline of implementation for 2026 for posting on social media. For phase 1, it should be the pre-launch and ongoing strategy foundation, and that should be for like the first 3 months. And for phase 2, it's ongoing content and engagement. And then for phase 4, analyze and make adjustments, and then just continue posting with the adjustments. Yeah. And yeah, those are references. So